Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday.
Guys, I just returned from the most life-changing weekend of my life. I saw Billie Eilish in concert, and I honestly have no words, no notes. It was so good, and the concert depression has been worse than it's ever been.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Ever.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, unfortunately, but it was so good. She absolutely killed it. And the funniest part of all is that I knew one of my favorite songs of hers is on the tour. She jumps out of a hole onto a different, like a B stage.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I was awaiting this moment because I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And the song starts and she's singing, but I can't see her nowhere to be found. And everybody is like, where's she at? Like looking around.
Right.
We're like, we hear her, but nobody sees her.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm looking at the B stage and I see just a little circle of a head.
Oh my God.
And this girl starts cackling in the middle of the song. And she's like, guys, the stage is broken. It won't lift me up. I can't get up.
Oh my God. She's just hiding
And
out
so she
of
was
the
just
hole.
singing in the hole. And then eventually she like hyped herself up and like army rolled. No, she just kept singing.
Well, you said she stopped.
To laugh. She was like, haha, guys, I'm stuck. And then she was just like, gas. There was like a pause in the song for her to say it. It was hilarious.
Love that.
I know. It was so weak. And I was so excited to see that part because it's like where she jumps like a spider monkey. And I was like, wow, the biggest fail. But
oh my gosh.
It was marvelous, honestly.
Wow. Sounds like you had a great weekend.
I did. I also stayed in the hotel where they filmed the Hunger Games, like where District 13 is, and Loki, the TVA. And that was so scary.
Really?
There were like 45 floors, and I paid to stay in a high room. Because obviously I'm going to stay there. I might as well get a like upper level room.
Yeah.
And I check in, and I'm thinking like I'm going to get like 18, 19. That would have been fine.
Right.
She said, is the 30th floor okay? I said,
my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Savannah,
God.
let me tell you what. Me and Dina were walking. First of all, it's like a plank. If you look down, I'm going to show you the pictures after this.
Okay.
You would be so unwell. I need everyone to Google Marriott Marquis Atlanta, Georgia, and just look at it because it's so scary.
Oh
you would have not been able to even step
I don't
foot.
think I could do it.
Oh, nor the elevator. It was clear, and it was an express elevator, so it like zooms like Willy Wonka.
Can you see outside?
Yes. No.
Or
You can see
the floors on the inside.
The hotel is shaped like a rib cage.
Right.
And so you can just see the ribs, essentially.
Okay.
But like you're flying to the point where you have to almost hold on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was so crazy.
Well, I mean, if it didn't fly, it would take forever.
No, you're right.
So.
You're right.
Yeah.
But it was so scary. And the bottom, do you know what was at the bottom of the elevator?
What?
Water. Like a whole water feature, like ginormous. Yeah. And the first like 3 floors of the hotel was like a mall.
Oh.
Yeah, there was like stores, Starbucks, food
So
places,
you could stay in your
gambling,
hotel and go
bars.
shop.
Yes. Yes. It was so crazy. So that was also an experience in and of itself.
I would go stay there. What?
Yeah, I would stay there again. I mean, it wasn't like very bougie, very fancy, but it was nice.
Yeah.
And it was like right downtown. So good area.
Like the height scares me a little bit.
I'm telling you.
But I don't know. Maybe I could get over it just for this.
And when I woke up the next morning, we opened the window and it's floor to ceiling windows. The whole wall is window. And we were inside of a cloud.
Oh my God.
It was so crazy. And we can't open the windows, but I wanted to touch the cloud so bad.
Yeah.
It was so crazy. And then I also had to valet my car. And that I did not want to do because I don't trust people driving my cars. Right. I don't even let my friends drive my cars unless I like absolutely need to let them. Mm-hmm. And so a random stranger, and then they get to keep my key.
Yeah.
But luckily my car's new, so I could like see where she was.
Right.
You know, and I could see she was underneath me.
Yeah.
On a level. So everything with that turns out fine, but that just gives me anxiety.
So it had to be valet if you were parking there.
Yeah.
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 Basically.
Yeah. If I was parking I could have found my own parking, but that would have been $1 million and far with all of the luggage that we had. So yeah, I just had to valet. And it was expensive, so that's good. And not only was there 2 sold out Billie Eilish nights, but there was also a Dallas Cowboys versus the Atlanta Falcons game. Also a soccer game.
Oh, wow.
And so on the way home, it was supposed to take 5 hours. We left at 6 p.m. Should have been back by 11.
Right.
We got back at 2 a.m. No. We were stuck on the highway, sitting completely still for 2 hours. Did not move, not 1 inch. Parked, sat.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, I was losing my mind. I drank 2.5 Red Bulls and I was not even staying awake. Yeah. I was like, I don't know if we're making it
I don't
home.
know what I would have done. I would have just
because I was like,
taken a nap.
6 to 11, that ain't bad. You know, like that's normal.
Doable.
But not till 2.
No,
it was horrible. But anyways.
Well, I mean, you made it back.
I did.
Made it back.
I am here to tell the tale. So that's good for me. And I do have one other thing that I am so excited for.
Okay.
Beyond excited for. I am a huge musical theater fan. My guilty pleasure. And always been a theater kid at heart. So obviously Wicked coming out very soon is very exciting to me. And I know this. Obviously, the movie coming out in a couple weeks. Very excited to see it. But I have a lot of stuff going on in my life right now where I can't, pre-buy the tickets.
Right.
Because I don't know, what is going on day to day. So, basically, I just haven't got my Wicked ticket. And I was like, I'll just see it whenever I see it. If it's sold out, it's sold out.
Yeah.
On, the first couple days, you know? Even though I want to see it immediately.
Yeah. No, I know.
And I don't want anything spoiled for me at all. So, anyway, my mom, the lovely gal she is, somehow, some way, procured me early access premiere tickets to see it.
Oh my God.
Me and her to see it. And I'm so
just you two are going? That's
and I'm
so amazing.
Excited. She said that she was only able to get 2 tickets. And I'm like, how did you even get tickets?
Right, yeah. How did
it's before the movie comes out. Don't know. I haven't had time to ask her.
Oh my God.
She was already in bed when she didn't even tell me physically. She just sent me
the
ticket. And I was like, what?
She must have just got them. And she was like, hey, look.
Yeah. She was like, we have tickets. So we're going to the premiere somewhere. And
you have to
I'm so
dress
excited.
up or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
You were literally saying we need to go get our nails done. I'm getting chrome green nails for Elphaba.
Oh my God.
Already decided.
So you're gonna be Elphaba and she's gonna be Glinda.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not painting myself green, but I will wear green. I'm so excited. So excited. So yeah, I get to see it before it comes out.
Wow. Oh my God. It's gonna be so awesome.
I know. I'm so excited.
So how early before it comes out?
I think the Saturday before. So almost a week.
Okay.
I'm so excited. But the problem is I don't know how I'm supposed to not sing. I'm not going to, guys, but it's going to be so hard for me. It's going to take everything in me to not.
You just gotta
scream all the songs.
Gotta try. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to, but I don't want to. And also, a fun fact about me: I did, in fact, buy the Wicked microphone from Target.
Oh my God. Okay, well, you can sing it with the microphone on your way.
I already do every day,
but on your way home from the movie. Not while the movie's on.
Whatever. I want to take the microphone into the movie and sing, but I won't. But anyways, if you don't mind, go rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please.
Yeah, please, because I didn't have as exciting of a weekend, so no real updates for me.
It's okay. We love a chill weekend.
Yeah.
I need a chill weekend, actually. But I don't seem to know that those exist.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
Yeah.
We persevere regardless.
I already need another chill weekend.
I get it.
Life's a lot. A few days into the week, and I'm like, oh my God.
I know.
But anyway, I'll get into my story now.
Let's do it.
Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about the Ackley house.
Never heard of her, but I'm very excited.
It is America's first legally haunted house.
Legally?
Yeah.
Interesting. Dun, dun, dun.
First and probably only, I'm guessing.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's located at number 1, Lavetta Place in Nyack, New York.
Interesting.
Which is right near Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, we've talked about Sleepy Hollow before. That's some tea right there.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, right near Sleepy Hollow, and it's a Victorian home, of course. That's what I pictured.
Oh, yeah.
Just hearing those first 2 sentences anyway. But yeah, it's a Victorian home built in 1890, and it's a 3-story home that has a wraparound porch and a fenced-in pool.
That's my life goal. Can I just let that be known?
Like, just this house in general, like, I want it.
I don't care how legally haunted it is. I'll take it.
I know.
With the wraparound porch and the pool, I'm sold.
I know. And
maybe I'll get a discount.
Inside, there's 8 bedrooms.
Oh, my God.
And 4.5 baths.
Period. That's a lot to clean, but I'd still do it.
But I mean, if I can afford this house, I can afford a cleaner.
You're right. You are so right.
So, anyway. And it's also in a cul-de-sac, which I like that too.
I love a cul-de-sac.
Yeah. So now that we got the vibe of this house was part of a legal trial, Stambovsky versus Ackley, a.k.a. the Ghostbusters ruling.
Okay. So, I've never heard of the Ghostbusters ruling.
Yeah. So we'll get back into that in a little bit, but that's basically why it's a legally haunted house, because there's a trial around it.
Yeah.
So getting into the history of this house before we get into the trial, there were no real highly publicized tragedies or murders in this house.
Oh, tea.
So it didn't seem like it could be haunted, right? Like there's nothing bad happened necessarily. History. But rumors of ghosts can be traced back to the mid-1970s. So there was a Reader's Digest article on the house called Our Haunted House on the Hudson.
Oh, that's kind of beautiful.
Yeah, and it was written by the resident at the time, Helen Ackley. As you will, remember from the trial
As I
name.
maybe assumed. Yeah. Also because you called it the Ackley house, I think.
Yeah, so Helen Ackley was wife to George Ackley and mother to 4 children who were adult children by, like around the time of this story.
Yeah. So yeah.
She wrote this article, though, about the many ghosts in her house. She talked about how herself and George both experienced hauntings. George swears he saw a pair of feet that were wearing moccasins walk by him from the hallway above the staircase. And Helen saw a man emerge in colonial or Revolutionary War clothes when she was repainting the entryway.
Okay, I was going to say, since you said it was New York, I was going to ask if it was like a war ground, possibly. Because just because somebody didn't die in the house doesn't necessarily mean they didn't die on like the property that it's built on. Yeah. And I know the Revolutionary War was fought in New York. Why? Mm-hmm. Hamilton.
There's that, and the moccasins.
Yeah, I know that too. Yep. So both
Americans.
Yep. The originals.
Also, their daughter Cynthia, who was in high school at the time, and I believe she's their youngest, so she might have been the only one
like living there.
Yeah, but she was in high school at the time, and she said that she had been woken up daily by something that would shake her bed until she woke up.
Low-key, I need that for myself, but that's also scary.
Yeah. But she said she didn't really mind it, except during spring break.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, she politely asked the room, like, can I please sleep in at spring break? And it did stop.
Oh, my God. So, okay, well, that's a chill ghost then.
Yeah. So, And the Ackleys, they felt that the spirits were friendly, like just, chill, like you said. Yeah. So they grew to consider them to be part of their family.
Wait, that's so cute.
It's kind of giving Beetlejuice.
It really absolutely is giving Beetlejuice.
Like, really, it is. Yeah, so even before they moved into the neighborhood, children did warn them that the house was haunted. So I guess it always had this vibe of being haunted, but it sort of got more publicized once she wrote this article. Mm-hmm. And she would talk about it all the time. And I read that their house was it was like part of a tour of haunted houses in the area. Like a haunted tour. Yeah. So,
yeah, that's cool.
So it was like known that this house was haunted.
That's wild.
Yeah. So getting further into this, unfortunately, George Ackley did pass away in 1978 at the age of 53 after heart surgery. So the rest of this story will just be Helen.
Okay.
And her children, but like mainly just Helen. Mm-hmm. So in 1989, about 25 years after they first moved in and 15 years since the article was published, Helen was ready to move and sell the house. She's like, it's time to downsize. This is an 8-bedroom house. I don't need it anymore.
I'm by myself.
Mm-hmm. So Helen listed the house with Richard Ellis of Ellis Realty, and the home was listed just under $800,000.
Oh my God. What year was this? The 1800s?
1989.
Oh my God. That's a lot of money. Because today...
Listen, I have what the most recent one is at the end of this. I'll tell you later. But you're going to be
it's
like...
It's a lot.
What?
I already know it's a lot.
It is. Yeah, because 800,000...
800,000 is crazy.
Yeah. I mean... we were just saying that it's the perfect house, so it makes sense.
I thought it would come with a paranormal discount. I didn't expect the ghost to be nice and chill.
No, it honestly doesn't have a paranormal discount. No. So they listed the home, and Helen was thrilled when she heard a couple was serious about getting the house. Jeffrey and Patricia Stembowski. So Helen disclosed that the house was haunted, in passing conversations.
That's nice of her.
She, her realtor, Ellis, and her daughter, Cynthia, both agreed that she definitely brought it up with the couple, which is important. Mm-hmm. So Ellis even said that Helen refused to sign any paperwork until she had a conversation with them about it.
That's cool.
The Stambowskis, though, they claim that they found out about it through a contractor and that they wouldn't have wanted to buy the house if they knew it was haunted.
I don't know if I believe them.
I know. Already, I don't believe them.
Well, first of all, you can find the article she published.
Right.
The whole town, you said knowledge. The whole town knows it's haunted.
Right, yeah.
So also, the realtor could have told them. It wasn't necessarily her duty to tell them even.
I mean, I guess we'll see what is said in court.
Oh my, it's them in court.
Okay, let's just, I'm getting ahead of myself. But just, they swear that they told them. But anyway.
I believe her, honestly.
So, Jeffrey, he's always stated that he doesn't actually believe in ghosts, right? So he's not really worried that it's haunted, but he's just worried that the value. The idea that it's haunted will make it less,
Well, then don't buy the house, Jeffrey. Jesus. Or did he already buy it?
Well, he had already paid the down payment at this point.
Well, honestly, for Jeffrey, that's just too bad, so sad. In my personal opinion, he should have done his research.
Yeah. Well, he says that, he said rumors will impact it and everything. But also, he should have known that it was haunted before. That's my opinion. But
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, if I'm looking for a home. Also, you said the 1980s?
Yeah.
Yeah, girl, you should be looking for ghosts. It's not like ghosts are a new thing in the 1980s. You should definitely ask.
I mean, and the fact that she told him, like, I bet she did tell him and he just didn't take it serious.
Yeah, because he didn't believe in ghosts.
Until he
that.
heard other people talking about it, and he's like, oh crap, this is public knowledge. Yeah. It's probably going to impact
the value
of the house.
Wild.
So anyway, let's get into the ruling here. The Stambovskys, they wanted to pull out of the deal after they gave Helen the down payment. So at this point, they'd already given her a big down payment, and they filed an action lawsuit against her for fraudulently misrepresenting a material condition of the home.
Oh my God, material condition is crazy. How are they material?
Exactly.
Sorry, I know too much about the law.
He argued that all of Helen's stories devalued the property. And the court initially they dismissed it because, like you said, they said that Helen didn't have a duty to disclose the haunted house stories to them because it's not a material condition.
Exactly. Right. You cannot prove that.
So the state of New York operated under a caveat emptor. I think I'm saying that right. Which is buyer beware in Latin.
God. Yeah. This is so crazy.
So the buyer's responsibility to do due diligence and ask the questions, and it's not the seller's responsibility.
Exactly.
So they ended up dismissing this original complaint because they're like, listen, you should have asked her, babes. Like, you can't.
Yep.
But he was like, no, like, I can't, that's just not how it's going to go. So he appealed to the decision, and the case was brought to the New York Supreme Court.
Yep.
Which is crazy over ghosts.
That's absolutely. And first of all, for a nice ghost, I would understand if this man was like doing all this because it was like an evil spirit or something.
Yeah.
But like these ghosts who are literally just chilling, like, being an alarm clock.
It's the way that he's doesn't believe in it, and he's only worried about the money, which is so...
Also, okay, sir, sell the house then. Just immediately flip it.
He's afraid that he's going to lose money.
Wang. I know. Sorry, I'm so mad at him. Like, I'm genuinely so mad at him. That
like,
sounds
I do understand what he's saying, but also I don't agree that it's
her responsibility.
Her fault. Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, glad we're on the same page as that, but let's just keep going here.
Yeah.
So, they brought it to the Supreme Court of New York, and Justice Rubin. Mm-hmm. God, I think I just morphed those two words together.
Yeah.
Justice Rubin disagreed with the former dismissal of the case.
Boo.
Yeah. And two other judges agreed.
Boo, boo. They all get boos.
And unfortunately, this was a majority.
Oh my God.
So they said because the defect is not a physical one, so buyer beware does not apply. So yeah, which is interesting.
Okay.
And so they said that crime or reputation should be disclosed. And so this falls under that.
I guess.
Because it's the reputation of the house.
Yeah, I guess.
Which I guess, I do kind of agree, but also, like, I don't know. I think the whole thing is that, to me, it sounds like they did disclose it. So why is this even part of... Why is this even a question?
No, it's just a question because he really thinks he's going to lose money. Yeah. That's literally the only reason. Like maybe, overall, I do think that is a good rule to have in place for other cases. Uh-huh. But for this case, absolutely not.
Just because you don't like this guy.
No, it's not because I don't like him. It's because of his motivations behind it.
Yeah.
That's why.
See, and I don't know. Like, I think maybe they just didn't have enough proof that they had told him that it's...
Of course not. It's like, but like at the same time, it's all word of mouth. So why does it matter?
Yeah.
And the other reason why it bothers me is because it's this widowed woman who all of her children are gone. It's just her. She's just trying to downsize her life. Mm-hmm. And now he's about to screw her over. I already know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I'm mad at him.
So, I guess they couldn't really fully prove that they had told him that it was haunted, but they could. Unfortunately, they also could not deny that it was haunted because she had written articles about it.
Yeah.
And specifically, the court wrote, having reported the ghost's presence in both a national publication and the local press, the defendant is stopped to deny their existence, and as a matter of law, the house is haunted. So that's where the legally haunted part comes in. The Supreme Court of New York said that as a matter of law, the house is haunted.
That is wild.
Yeah. So unfortunately, the court did side with Stambovsky, and they allowed him to rescind the contract and get his down payment back. Which is fine, honestly, because a lot of people wanted to buy this house. So whatever.
Good.
So whatever.
Whatever
honestly,
your name is.
At that point, she should have just given him his money in the first place because...
Yeah.
Whatever.
I guess. But whatever.
But anyway, he did get his money back. And the home after this, he should have kept it because it just kept...
Yeah,
idiot.
He probably you could have made a lot more money, dummy. Yeah. That's exactly what he gets.
So the home, it has changed hands frequently, and surprisingly, no one else has really reported ghosts.
No, I did not want you to tell me that.
So maybe they followed.
Maybe they went with her.
I don't know. Or, they passed on. Yeah. Isn't that bringing back the Beetlejuice? Isn't that a thing? Like, after a certain amount of years, then you can pass on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if it's your time, yeah.
So it's probably, maybe it's something like that.
Well, I hope so.
And in the late 1990s, the co-author of Practical Magic lived in the house, Adam Brooks.
No way!
And also after him, Ingrid Michaelson lived there until she sold it in 2015.
So, did they ever say anything happened in the house? They said nothing happened?
No.
That's so sad.
But yeah, there were a few celebrities.
That's cool, though.
And also, at the point that she sold it in 2015, can you guess how much it was worth?
Okay. 2015. I'm going to say $4 million. I was really doing the math.
Oh, that's overshooting it.
Well, what is it?
1.9 million.
Okay, yeah. I was
so
close.
It was still good.
I guess it's because I don't really know that area of New York.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I didn't know if it was close to the city. Mm-hmm. But I mean, $2 million, honey, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
So yeah.
We can't afford it.
Exactly. No way.
Maybe in a couple years. We'll come back around to the Ackley house and see.
You know what? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We could.
Wow. That's story.
The legally haunted house.
Listen. That just made me so mad.
I'm sorry.
No, it didn't actually. But so it's the Ghostbuster rule. Is that what they called it?
Yeah, I love that. It was
or the clause or whatever.
Yeah, the Ghostbusters ruling.
I love that. That is so funny that they called it.
And they also stated that they didn't want this to become like a precedent. They're like, okay, we can't just be going around calling houses haunted.
Okay,
we're just
thank you.
Talking about how a house's reputation needs to be disclosed. You know, that was...
this is very petty and extra, guys.
Yeah, basically.
It is. That's why I'm so mad about it. I'm like, that's just so petty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't. Well, wow. That was crazy. I mean, that was a crazy, crazy story. And you know what else is wild? My story is a very crazy story, too. Okay. Like, just story... We do have a common theme this week of like insanity because I just don't know what's going on. I have for you the mystery of the Jack Froese emails.
Froese?
His last name is so hard for me to say. I'm just going to go ahead and apologize. I'm calling him Jack for the rest of it because Froese is so hard for me to say for some reason. But anyways, today's story is really, truly unlike any other I have ever heard of. It's a little bit of ghosts, a little bit of mystery, a little bit of death. We kind of have it all. Mm-hmm. So it takes place in Dunmore, Pennsylvania. And absolutely, truly, there is no way to introduce this story. So let's just jump right on into it.
Okay.
Picture, it is June 2011. Yes, this is a more modern story, which I personally love modern mysteries because and legends because it's harder to, disprove them now.
Well, true.
Or no, I mean, prove? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Regardless, it's harder to believe mysteries and legends today because we can so easily disprove them.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. So anyway, it's June 2011. In case you were wondering where me and Savannah were, we were about to start high school, to put it into perspective. So
that's crazy.
It is. Absolutely crazy. Unfortunately, as me and Savannah were entering high school, this is when 32-year-old Jack Froese, who lived in Dunmore, Pennsylvania, died suddenly of a heart arrhythmia, which is a heart attack. At 32, he had no health problems, nothing going on with him. And so nobody suspected his death, but one day he just had a heart attack and died. Oh. Yeah, it's really sad. So terrible. And so young, like 32. No, that's horrifying. And it's even more horrifying that I know people that's happened to.
Oh, no.
So we're not wishing that upon anybody. Because that is so horrible. No. Horrible and so scary. But, I mean, as I said, I know people, who that's happened to. So it's not totally out of the usual. People do die of heart attacks randomly. And especially we also see the young die too soon all the time.
Yeah.
But what we do not see all the time is what happened after Jack's death. So you see, obviously due to his sudden and very unexpected death, his family and friends were absolutely shook. Mm-hmm. His best friend, his name is Tim Hart. They had been friends for over 20 years. Best friends. So I just can't even I cannot imagine this. But 5 months after Jack's death, his best friend Tim Hart reported that he received an email from Jack's email with the subject line, "I'm watching."
No. Wait, what?
So 5 months after this man died, somehow he sends an email. Okay. So to get in it further.
Oh my God. He somehow knew he was going to die and scheduled all these emails.
Listen, I knew you were going to immediately say that. I have a whole paragraph to disprove that, but I'm going to just go ahead and say, wrong.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
It's proof that did not happen. Mm-hmm. But anyway, on this night that Tim Hart claims to receive the email, it is now November of 2011, and he said he was just sitting on his couch, chilling, going through his emails on his phone when one popped up from Jack Froese. He said that he immediately grew cold and his heart just sank right to his butt. Obviously, mine would too. Are you literally kidding me? He said that the email was very quick, very short, but the contents of the email were things that only him and Jack had discussed.
That's creepy.
Yeah. The email said, quote, "Did you hear me? I'm at your house. Clean your effing attic."
Oh my God.
And before Jack's sudden death, Jack and Jim were those two besties. They were by themselves in Jim's attic discussing plans to renovate the attic and possibly turn it into a man cave area. And Jim said 100% it was just him and Jack there making those plans. And it was his own house. So he was like, I mean, unless Jack himself was wearing a wire.
Right.
It was only us.
My God.
And he was the only one that he ever discussed it with. Like turning it into a man cave, even the possibility. And when he died, obviously that project stopped to a halt.
Oh my God. Okay.
But then he's like, clean your attic in the email. So what in the world is going on? But even crazier, Jim was not the only person who received an email. Jack's cousin, Jimmy McCraw, also claimed to receive a posthumous email in November, the same month that Jim did. And so his best friend is named Jim. Jack's cousin is named Jimmy. Okay, I know
so
it's
Jim
confusing.
and Jimmy both got emails.
Jim and Jimmy and Jack.
Okay.
So yeah, Jimmy is his cousin, and Jimmy claimed to get the email, and this one said, quote, "I knew you were going to break your ankle. Tried to warn you. Gotta be careful." This is wild because Jimmy did in fact break his ankle a week prior to getting the email, but Jack had already been dead for 5 months.
Oh my God.
So, there answers your question. There's no way he would have known that a week before he sent the email that he was going to break his leg. I mean, unless he's from heaven typing this email.
Oh my God, he's a ghost out there typing emails. Yeah. Like, oh my God.
Literally, I think he might be a ghost typing emails. Yeah. And so Jimmy told BBC, because this is a huge story. When I tell you everybody has covered it, all the news, I don't know how I haven't heard of it before.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Genuinely. I hadn't either, but it was huge. So BBC did this whole interview on everybody that was involved. And Jimmy told them that he, refuses, he doesn't want to hear anything of what the haters say.
Yeah.
He's like, I am personally choosing to believe that Jack sent me that and he's watching over me. And that's what I would take too from it regardless. But... So the source of the emails to this day is still a mystery.
Oh my God.
I told you it was a mystery. No, we don't know. We have no answers. I'm telling you, I told you up front it was a mystery. We do not have answers.
That's insane.
I know.
But how can we not trace it back?
Well, that's what makes it more believable because it traces back
to his email.
Yes.
Does nobody has access to his
computer?
So
I was just going to say, Jack's friends and family, all of them say absolutely no one knew his password and they do not believe his account was hacked. Now, I'll get into the hacking part a little bit later. But everybody claims they do not have the password. There was an investigation. Nothing ever came from it saying like, oh, they were able to get in. They just know that it was traced back coming from his email 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. And so apparently, Jack's best friend, Jim Hart, he actually did not believe it was Jack at first either. Because, I mean, who would, Right. And so Jim actually thought that it was Jack's mom sending the emails, and he did go and confront her about it. And, I mean, she just kept denying it. She was like, it's not me. I mean, and apparently they, didn't get into a fight, but, an argument about it. Because Jim was kind of like, I mean, it has to be you.
Right, yeah.
I'm sorry, but it has to be. And she's like, well, it's not me. And they just kept going back and forth. And she was like, I mean, listen, clearly you're not going to listen to what I'm saying. It wasn't me, but believe what you want to believe. And that ended up being her quote that she would basically say for the rest of her life. Because nobody ever believed that she didn't. Yeah. And so people do think it was her, but she was like, no, I didn't. And she was like, guys, at this point, if I did it, I would have just said, but I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I didn't. So it's always possible, I guess, that she did send the emails, but I feel like why would she keep it up for this long? It's not like they're getting money for this. It's not like they're famous, really. Nothing came from this, So, yeah. Anywho, now there are tons and tons of people who have claimed to receive mysterious messages from beyond the grave in life. There are tons of people. Especially nowadays, but usually it involves a hacker using the deceased person's account to try to scam or steal information from them.
Yeah.
But clearly, this was not the case in the situation. There are no suspicious links in the email. The email appears to be straight from him, just like I said. There's no phishing schemes. I mean, people have went in and analyzed the emails. Nothing appears to be any kind of scam or anything of the sort. So
it's really just him saying random weird things, not even trying to get money out of them, obviously.
Yeah, no,
or nothing. Anything like that. It's really just him talking to them.
It's him talking to them, and the thing is that he's saying very specific things.
Yeah,
that kind of proves, hi. And if you think about it, if you're talking to a ghost, you're like, okay, prove to me. If I'm trying to talk to my grandma, I'm like, okay, tell me something only my grandma would say.
Yeah,
that's how you talk to a ghost. So maybe he was just using the modern technology to be a ghost is kind of what I think. But anyway, of course, just as you said, I said, we must think about the fact that it's possible Jack could have written these emails when he was alive and scheduled to send them later. But again, the issue with this is there's no way before his death that in 5 months his cousin was going to break his ankle.
Okay, but like he said in the email, he said, I told you you were going to. So maybe he just like assumed he would.
Maybe. But you know what? I'm not finished with the story.
Yeah, okay.
I'll say, okay, maybe. I'll give you that one for that, theory. But we also have to kind of consider the fact that it wasn't like he was sick. Again, he didn't know. I mean, I guess it's possible maybe he knew he was going to die.
Yeah.
But nobody did. And he died by himself. Yeah. So, and they did obviously look at his computer and stuff, and it didn't appear to be scheduled. So.
Right.
Yeah. And so after, all the stuff going on between Jim, his best friend, and his mom, the arguments, he does eventually believe her, that it was not her that sent the email. And he says that he doesn't even care if they ever figure out, like, if it is a hacker, he would just rather also not know and just take it as a visit from his best friend, saying goodbye one last time since he wasn't able to. So, to that point, it has been over 10 years. Technology obviously has advanced so much since then. And like I've said, we still cannot prove that it was a hacker. That's very suspicious in my opinion. We would be able to tell today. Like, do you not think?
Probably.
Yeah. And they did also get hackers in on trying to look at this to see, like, hey, could you have replicated this? No. But it does get stranger, if you can believe it. If you remember the second email that was sent to Jimmy, the one about breaking his leg, about a week after he got that leg breaking email, he actually got a second email from Jack. Okay. And this time it was saying that Jimmy needed to pass along a message. Now this is crazy.
Okay.
This is really crazy. He said that he needed to pass a message to another one of Jack's cousins named Rock. So yes, his name is Rock.
Rock.
The email told him that he needed to praise his cousin's song. So you see, after Jack died, Rock actually started writing a song in honor of Jack.
Okay.
Yeah. And so this, throwing it back to, did he send these emails before he died?
Right.
How?
Yeah.
How could he have done that?
I don't think he did.
How could he have done? How? Because Rock wasn't writing him a memorial song prior to his death.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, you got to tell Rock I love the song. So yeah, and then it gets even crazier because what Jimmy McGraw did not know is that when he did pass this information along, Rock told him, dude, he was like, dude, that's so crazy that you're saying that because actually I had started writing the song, but I was struggling to finish the song and I wanted it to be perfect, but it, something wasn't sitting right. It wasn't like finishing the way he wanted it to finish, right? So he kind of paused working on the song. And the day that he stopped working on the song, this man, Rock, claims that Jack appeared to him in a dream. And that in this dream, Rock claims that Jack helped him finish the song. And so when he woke up, he did finish the song. And then that's when then just before that, just a couple of days after, is when Jimmy McGraw got the email to tell him to praise the song.
He's really just watching over them and doing something. Like, I don't know. Dude.
Like, unless all of these people are incredible liars and incredible hackers in 2011, I'm sorry, this is just true. Like, this is crazy. So, yeah, Jack's friends and family, they have all received so much backlash and they have all been accused of lying. I'm sure you could have guessed that. But everyone did reply to all of the emails hoping to get responses, but no one ever received a reply back to an email. I know Jimmy did get 2, but it wasn't like a reply,
Yeah.
He was like, this email's not going through to Rock, tell him.
Yeah.
So... And that's also crazy because I'm like, did Rock have a different email account? Like, did he have the wrong email?
Maybe.
I need to know what was going on there, but I don't know. So, like I said, a lot of people do believe the theory that it was Jack's mom who was sending out the emails, but like I said, she's gone on record countless times saying it was not
but
her.
what if it was her possessed?
Listen, maybe. Or Rock possessed.
Or I did also have the idea, what if his mom was having like a dissociative episode and like
she's
forgot, Jack. Thought that she was him.
But
also like,
yeah.
I guess she would have known some of that stuff, maybe, possibly.
She would have known about the ankle, maybe the song, but I don't know if she would have known about the attic.
Subconsciously knowing that, like, thinking that she's him and then writing on the messages.
No, listen, I think that's a good theory.
A way to, it's a way that her mind is taking this, coping with this.
I think that's a good theory. I didn't see that one out there. But as far as I could tell, she seemed to be fine. Like, live a healthy, like, she wasn't, like, diagnosed with anything. But, like, maybe she just doesn't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but I feel like you know.
Totally.
You know?
I guess you would.
Because you, like, wake up.
Yeah, because you wake up out of it. And you're like, wait, where am I?
What have I been doing? Yeah. So.
But I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
Was she doing in the middle of the night or something? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, yeah. I don't know. But some of the emails weren't. Yeah, some, like, Jim, the first one was, like, during the day. So, I don't really know. And so, also, one last thing. You may be thinking, there are services today, actually, where, like, just websites where you can hire somebody to pretend to send an email from somebody who has passed. However, It has been confirmed specifically for this story that this technology was not invented yet. So, yeah, that completely just disproves that being an option. I guess unless whoever invented it just used it against this one family one time.
Yeah, that's random.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't have any answers for you. And I'm just kind of going to believe the friends and family. Like, I think it was Jack just saying one last goodbye. Like, I don't know.
His afterlife is just in the internet. He's just in there.
He's in the computer.
Yeah.
He's in Gmail right now. Okay. And that is the end of my story. But that is not the end of my personal story. Okay. Because last night, as I was finishing the story up, I thought it was so interesting. And I was just sitting in the living room with my dad telling him about it. And I finished it. And I have to email the file to myself, so I can read it off my phone as we record this. Not to break the fourth wall or anything, but I have to email it to myself, so I have multiple different emails. And since this whole story is about emails, guys, I tried to send this story for like 45 minutes to myself.
Oh my God.
And none of the emails went through. And I thought it was so weird. And the thing is, I checked all the junk folders, checked the trash folders, checked all of them. The emails never went through to my personal email, but in the email that I sent it from, they were all in the sent box. And I watched it every single time I sent it, which was like 20 times. It said sent, 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 and it never.
You're going to get them all in like a week.
Maybe. But I still haven't. To this moment right now, it's been 24 hours and I still haven't received any of them.
That's crazy.
So I don't know what's going on about that. But Jack, if you're in my email, could you just let me send stuff to myself, please? I'm just trying to tell your story, Jack. Don't be mad at me, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the mystery of the Jack Froese emails.
Okay, you were right though, because that is crazy. Like, what is going on there?
I don't know. I don't have any answers.
Oh my God.
I was like, how have I never heard of this story? This is so mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And like,
what?
I don't have answers. The only answers I have, if it's not Jack, it has to be his mom. But at the same time, I don't think it's her. I don't think she would have known about the attic. And like Jim literally confronted her because he didn't think that she knew about the attic either. You know. So I don't know. It's possible, but I just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah. I don't really know what pictures I'm going to post this week. Maybe a spooky Gmail.
Yeah. That's what we'll find.
Or no, there's probably pictures of like the people, like Jim Hart and stuff. We might have a picture of Jack, honestly. But definitely, regardless, go check out our Instagram so you can see the Ackley house. Yeah. I am so excited to see the house and my potential future home.
Yeah.
Whenever I get $2 million, you know.
Oh, it's probably more than that by now.
Okay, you're right. That was in 2015. Dang. Okay, now I'm going to say, I think we should look it up after this, but my guess is it's an 8-bedroom, 4-bathroom.
Yeah, and also the housing market has been crazy.
Oh, it's horrible right now. I'm going to say 8. 7, 8.
Yeah.
We're going to look it up after this and find out.
Okay.
That's crazy. But yeah, we will let you guys know next week if we can find how much it's worth today. But yeah, other than that, go rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please. And go check out our TikTok and our YouTube page, as always. The vlog is delayed. Sorry, but it's coming soon. I promise. Maybe one day you guys will see it. No, it is coming. Life's just rough right now, but it's coming very soon. And yeah, so I suppose that's really all I have for you guys this week. What about you, Savannah?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, well, next week I will have a wicked movie review for you.
Oh my gosh.
Well, actually, maybe I won't. No, I don't know what day it is, actually.
Okay.
This daylight savings time is so confusing to me. I don't know what day it is. Like, it feels like...
No, I feel that.
1 a.m. right now. It's not even close. But anyway, I guess we will see you guys next week.
All right, cue the music.